Hi YouTubers. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? But here I am back with a lovely hours class for you. You are going to need a cushion to put your derriere upon, a block and a yoga strap perhaps, okay? And have that to the top of your mat. And let's take a seat in Virasana, okay? So turn your cushion around and then let's come to kneeling. So separate your feet, your knees go together. This is an inner spiral, this is an inner softening. This is what this class is all going to be around, coming into your inner strength. So lean forward, take hold of your booty, lift and widen your upholstery and sit your way down into a lovely Virasana. Let's do that again. So come on up. Once again, lift and help the thighs turn in. You might want to take that manual rotation and inner softening, because today, yogis, I've got a really lovely treat for you. I've got a class for you themed all around one of the principles of Shiva. Shiva is often depicted as a man, a god, okay, which he is, and they put the sort of physical body around it, so it's easier for us to get. And then you can put descriptors around it. He is tall, he is brave, he is silent, he is strong, and it makes it easier for us to understand, okay? But actually, Shiva actually refers to an energy, an innate energy, which is not a god that we need to go and find and try and worship and on a particular day or use a particular ceremony to find, because this energy of Shiva is already in you, this abundant, full energy. And Shiva has two deep aspects to it, okay? Shiva, on the one hand, is very steady and still. He is said to go to the mountains and just meditate and would just be still and pillar-like, okay? His other aspect is steady and still in the storm, but when he needs to, when you really need to, if you really push his buttons, he will stand up for what he believes in, and this is for you, what you believe in, what for your loved ones, and will, get out those tiger claws and fight. So these two sort of quite extreme characteristics of Shiva. And this first week, I'm focusing on the first one, that kind of steady inner pillar that we look for when life pulls us to and fro. I want you to think of yourself today like the mast on a ship. You are the mast, not the flappy flag getting pulled around by the wind and other people. We are going to be sort of mast, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story as we move as well. So with that in mind, this sort of steady mast-like quality, it's not strong and clinging and clenchy, it's just a sense of being okay. So bring your hands to your thighs, close your eyes. Take a deep infill breath, so fill up from the inside. Feel like you're drawing breath from your hips to your armpits, and you're being lifted up from the inside. And as you exhale, close your eyes and allow your skin to soften, all the tension around your face to kind of drain away and soften inward. And whatever you've got going on today or this week, maybe you are being pulled all over the place. Take another deep breath in and know that you have this steady inner strength within you. And as you exhale, soften your skin and soften into kind of acceptance of that, a kind of, oh yeah, that's what I am. Inhale, inner body bright and lifting. And exhale, your outer body is soft and okay with that. So be the mast. Inhale and exhale. Feel that calm kind of descend on you and rise on up from within you. Take about 2 more breaths on your own like this. And then very gently bring your hands to your heart center as we seal into our invocation, which is Om Namah Shivaya Gurave, which means I bow down to the Shiva which is inside of me, Shiva-like energy inside of me. Okay, so take a deep breath in. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om. Take a deep, right, full breath in, yogis. Reach your arms up overhead. And imagine now you're this tall, steady pillar. As you exhale, you can make sure your eyes are open, and bring your right hand down to the mat. Reach up and over with your left hand and feel like you're being swayed. Well, you are actually swaying over to the side. Notice how you come unrooted, how your left sit bone will try and lift. So re-root that down steadily. Kind of no drama. Root it down into your base. Spread your fingers. Inhale, we come back to your center pillar, and exhale down the other side. Reach it over. Life will knock you off. I think we talked about this in previous week. Notice how now your right sit bone has got lighter. See if you can steady, no drama. See if you can put some more pressure into it to root it down. Okay, and then inhale again, back to center. Exhale, bring your hands to your thighs. Now, bring your legs out in front of you. If you've been kneeling a while, your feet may have gone to sleep. So come on up nice and slowly. And take a yoga block. All right, so bring your legs out in front of you. Point and flex your feet. Flex your toes towards your face and see if you can get air time between each toe. This is also part of first principle, which we're working on today, this sort of opening up. It's part of our landing, our foundation and recognizing. And it's also part of our breath and our lifting. All right. So take a moment to flex the toes towards your face, and also spread your fingers like crazy. Those of you who've been on keyboards, you'll really enjoy this. Stretch your hands like mad. You should have at least a couple of centimeters between each finger, and that is how they're going to appear on the mat when we root down. So spread them wide and then clench them and release them. Clench and release. Do that one more time. Clench and release. And as you can look at your palms, as you look at your palms, I want you to notice where your index finger knuckle is at the base of your index finger. That's going to be really important to keep that on the mat, all right, to improve our foundation. Okie dokie, take your block and pop it on your head. We did this last week as well, didn't we? So push down into your sit bones and launch up tall. So feel this central column. The pranic column is called the Sushumna. Okay, so launch up into the top of your head and feel that you have this energy to center you. Now here comes a bit of a challenge. Inhale, reach the arms up about 45 degrees to the side. Spread those lovely fingers and flex your lovely feet. All right, and then bring your right hand to your outer left knee, your left hand to your low back. Inhale, get long. Exhale. So your base is stable, and you're going to twist to your left. Turn from your tummy, your ribs, your boobage, your shoulders, and then finally the head twists around. And make sure that head has a little smile on it. All right, nothing's meant to be forced. It's meant to be kind of easeful. This is the gentler aspect, remember. Okay, as you unravel, exhale, and then inhale, reach your arms again, 45 degrees. If your block has gone flying across the room, don't worry too much. Exhale, keep that central channel as you twist the other way. Twist around your spine, try and keep your energy pushing up into the top of your head. All right. Lovely, and then unravel again. Bring your hands to your thighs. I want you to imagine that you took a yoga strap and strapped the block to the top of your head and tied it like a little bonnet. Maybe we'll do that one day, under your chin, all right, as you lengthen up into it. Okay, Now, obviously, you're not going to do that, but imagine that's what you've done. You've got a bonnet on your head. And then as you take the yoga block off, imagine you've still got your bonnet on. Flip over onto all fours. And imagine that you've got your bonnet on. You're extending your head right up into your block, your imaginary block there. Spread your hands a lot. Claw the mat, index fingers root down. Tuck your toes and walk your knees right back underneath your hips. Inhale, snake the spine up. And exhale, tuck the tail, push the back of your heart up, tuck the chin in. Lovely. Inhale, looking up, lengthening up, feel long, like you're pushing up into your imaginary bonnet. And then exhale, round it through. One more time like that. Keep pushing the mat away from you. Inhale, look up. And then as you exhale, imagine a little string on your tailbone as you lift your booty up and back. Downward dog with lovely bent legs. All right, now lift your chin a little and imagine that bonnet that you're trying to stretch it up towards your thumbs. So your ears will be level with your triceps or maybe slightly higher. There's a lift in your chin, an elongation of your neck. So if you bend your knees a lot, this becomes all about that center channel. You can bend and straighten your legs a couple of times. Go slowly, especially if your name's Risha and you've got sore feet. All right. And that's you getting kind of knocked off center a little bit. Well done. Take one breath with working both heels as deeply as you can into the mat. Don't remember, you don't have to get them all the way down. Straightening the legs a little bit. Lift the chin. Take a deep breath in like we did right at the beginning. And a long breath out. Can you search and find that inner steady, that inner pillar? Beautiful, everyone. Looking up towards your hands, you're going to take lots of steps or one big step and travel to the top of your mat. Feet hip distance, inner hip distance apart. Hands to your hips. Bend your knees, wrap the elbows back. Inhale, come on up to standing. And as you reach your arms above your head, again, imagine you're this pillar. You can stay facing the short edge of your mat. I'm going to turn around just for the camera and reach and stretch. Exhale, bring that back to your heart center and just close your eyes and think about maybe sometime this week or last week where you did feel like you got pulled off center, where you did maybe lose it over something or get flustered. Next time that happens, can you try and recall this moment? And then release your hands down. Well done. So now take your yoga block. And I want you to put it on the second setting between your shins. Okay, there was a story about Shiva. An artist was given a lump of rock and asked to carve Shiva. Okay, inhale. Now I want you to squeeze your block a very lot and then give yourself a cough. Feel how that lifts and engages your core. Feel how that steadies your legs and makes you feel standard. So again, that little cough lifts the pelvic floor. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head. Interlink your fingers and release your index finger. I know my hands have disappeared off the screen, but they're like this. Okay, and squeeze up like a pillar. And this artist couldn't decide how to carve Shiva, what to make him look like. Squeeze your block a very lot. Exhale, bow down to your right. Keep your chin lifted. Take yourself over. And even though you are being pulled over, can you not get flustered? Can you still breathe steady? Know that you are okay and that you are safe. One more breath down, a little bit more. And inhale back momentarily to center, and then exhale. Over we go to the other side. Okay, over you go, a little bit more. Lift the chin, steady the breath. Notice what flusters you, what pulls you off, and then you can learn to deal with it. One more breath, over you go. And then inhale, come back together, squeeze. And he couldn't decide what to do. So in the end, he decided exhale, bring your hands down. that the best way to represent Shiva was just a plain carved pillar, just a round pillar. And if you see that, that's what it represents, this, because it's everywhere. It's very simple. It's within you. Okay, so as you squeeze your block, that energy of a steady place, I want you to keep that in your brain and in your feeling tone. Okay, but as we remove the block, you won't have the block to squeeze against. You've got to try and remember that. Okay, and then step again to the short edge of your mat. You might want to have your block there and a strap there just for grabbing, for balance perhaps. Now I'm going to tell you a little story as we move. So squeeze your imaginary block together. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Once upon a time. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. And exhale, step your left leg back to a lunge. Bring the left knee down to the mat. All the gods were floating around, having a high old time. Inhale, reach on up to Anjaneyasana. Now notice here that your legs have separated, but you still draw them in. Give yourself a cough. Your legs are steady, and that allows you to elongate and still breathe into the side body. Still be open with a little smile on your face. Exhale, bring the hands down. Start to lift the back knee. Step the left leg forward, forward fold. Do that again. Step the right leg back this time, bringing the back knee down to the mat. Again, get steady in your legs. Okay, and then inhale, reach and lift your arms up and over your head. Draw the legs together. Find steadiness in your base, that inner steady. And then reach your arms up over your head. Reach and reach. One more breath. And the gods began to have a little bit of an argument. Well done. Bring your hands down, pick up the back knee, step your right leg forward, bend your knees into public toilet pose. So sit your weight right back into the heels. It started to get a little bit heated. Feel the heat in your thighs. They were arguing over who was the most important. Press into your heels. Inhale. Come on up to standing. Exhale again. Gather it to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Steady yourself. Inhale again. Reach on up. Exhale. Bow your way forward. Step back to downward facing dog. All right, and then come down. Knees go really wide, big toes touch. Inhale, look up, push from your heart down and forward with your arms, and bring your bottom back to your heels to a child's pose. And as we move today, guys, this is just a little reminder that you can come here to child's pose whenever you need. We call this the safety stop. So they started to argue who was the most important. Tuck your toes, lift your bum, downward facing dog. Inhale to a high plank. And we're not going to break this down, but you know, if you need to put your knees down, please do. Otherwise, come with me through a chaturanga. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. And exhale, back and up to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, complete breath out. Two more like that. Inhale fully, exhale completely. Inhale, exhale. Bend your knees, hop, step, or fly to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale and bow. Inhale, come all the way up, yogis, and then exhale. Back you come, settle back into your inner pillar. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forwards, forward fold. Halfway lift, and then make sure you've got your fingertips on, got some purchase on the mat. So touch the mat, bend your knees if you need to. Take a big step back with your left leg. And this time I'd like you to leave the knee up unless you really need to put it down, in which case that's okay. As you push into your back leg and your front leg, okay, again, give yourself a little cough and feel strong in your legs, and make sure you're on your fingertips. Okay, so you're using your legs. Inhale, look up to the short edge of your mat, like a lovely long spine. Feel that inner pillar. And then bring your right hand to your hip and start to twist your spine. So keep the right hip wrapped down, turn your spine to the right, turn your tummy, your ribs, the boobage and the shoulders, and then reach your right arm up. So from your left fingertips to your right fingertips, reach and stretch. Again, give me a little gentle smile. And Vishnu was trying to say, I'm the most important. He put his hand up, me. I'm the most important, God. I'm the one that maintains everything and keeps everything on its even keel. I'm the most important. One breath. Now, as you exhale, I'd like you to bring this left hand down on the inside edge of your right foot and then spin yourselves 90 degrees to the left. So you're spinning to yourself to the long edge of your mat. Come on up to standing. Sorry, you've got my back to start with. Pull the heels in. Can you see how my feet go at 45 degrees? Sit into your hips and go, look up. It might make you feel a bit, I'll just turn quickly because that feels weird. And go, and they're sort of having sort of godlike fisticuffs. So it's not really. Sit down into your hips and pulse it for 3, 2, 1. Push into your heels. Inhale, stand up. And they're all trying to say, no, me. I'm the most important. Exhale, come down, claw the air like you'll be clawing the mat. Pulse it for 3, 2, 1. Push into your heels. Stretch on up. Last time. Sit into your legs. Low pulse for 3, 2, 1. Sit down. I'm going to go back to where I began. So we got the flow right. Okay. Press into your heels. Inhale, reach up. Turn your right foot in, left foot around, and then sweep your hands down to frame the left foot. You're at the back of your mat. Lift up your right heel. Inhale, look forward or backward, should I say, to the back of your mat. And then as you exhale, reach your left arm up. So you're twisting the other way now. Give yourself a little cough. Base is stable. And we turn round our center. Can you feel your steady center as you reach on up? Push from your right fingertips, reach up into your left. Give yourself a little smile. And Brahma said, no, I'm the creator. I'm most important. Reach and stretch. Okay, Risha, if you need to put your back knee down, please do. All right. And then exhale, peel your hands down. Well done. Step 2, downward facing dog. So step your left leg back. Lovely. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Adapt it appropriately. Exhale, lower. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Gorgeous. Okay, travel to the top of your mat, which will actually be the back of your mat. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale and bow. Gorgeous. Inhale, come all the way up to center. Reach and stretch. They're all trying to shout out their importance. And then they look around and exhale as you bring your hands back to center. Close your eyes. They look around and they saw the pillar that is Shiva just standing there, steady and still. Well done. From here, put your weight into your left leg, pick up your right leg and bring it into tree. Your version of tree, we've broken this down before. So either ankle, shin, or inner thigh. Feel the movement. Feel that sway in your legs. Squeeze in, lift. Again, feel like you put a corset on as we extend into the side body. Now lift your paws high and claw the air. Spread your fingers, lift the sides of your mouth. And he just stood there. and smiled. In amongst the storm, have you heard the expression, not my circus, not my monkeys? He just wouldn't get involved. He was just steady in amongst it all. 3, 2, make sure you're still breathing, yogis. And 1, exhale, back to the center, release your right leg. All right, other side, step into the right leg, picking up the left leg for your very unique version of tree. Maybe it's a wobbly tree. Make it yours. And there he was again. He was tempted to get pulled in, but he didn't. Inhale, reach your arms up. Have you ever been out somewhere and everyone's gossiping and it's so tempting to want to join in? But can you stay steady and not partake in some of that stuff? That's being a yogi. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Step the left foot down. There he was, steady and unmoving. But their argument went on. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bow forwards. Halfway lift. And then step your right leg back to a lunge. Again, this time try and keep the knee up if you possibly can. Okay, and then start to come up to your stable base, draws in. Bring your hands to your hips and really breathe into this side body, hip to armpit, like you've got a big beach ball underneath there. Take your shoulders back. You'll feel a little bit of a squeeze between your shoulder blades. A little bit of a smile on your face as you inflate and fill up and feel this steadiness. It's a lovely place to feel. Okay, and then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And they're still all arguing, me, reaching up, shouting out, making a right old fuss. Reach your right arm forward and flex the wrist as if you're saying no. Make sure you plug that right shoulder back. And as you inhale, reach your left arm up. Your base is stable. You're going to twist towards your front leg. So to your left, turn your tummy, your ribs, the boobage, the shoulders. Some of you will be able to reach the left arm back and flex that wrist as well. Again, as if you're saying no to all that crap. All that flux. Stay in your center. Twist round your middle for 3, 2, 1. Now, like a ninja, I want you to swing your arms forward, and then back round to goddess pose. Again, I'm going to come round so I can see you. Straighten your legs this time. Parallel them. Squeeze them to a midline. Inhale, and then exhale. Bow down over your legs. Hinge at the hips. Place your hands on the floor if you can, or use a block. And some of you might like to reach around for something, the back of your calves, your leggings, your ankles. Inhale and exhale, pull evenly on both legs. And now take that lovely long spine of yours forward and down. It might reach up. It might bow down. This is another aspect of this story as well. Keep pulling in. Release your head. So give it a little bit of movement, all 5 kilos. Feel really good in your cervical spine, probably. Okay, I'm going to turn back. Some very good planning, that was it. Okay, walk towards your right foot. So you're coming back to where we began. Lift up your left heel. Okie dokie. Remember, you can bring the back knee down. So keep turning, Catherine. That's it. Okay, inhale, push through your legs. Little cough to engage them and feel strong. This steadiness feels strong. It does take some effort, but not over efforting. So I want you to try softly. Okay, hands to your hips. Breathe into the side body, shoulders back, and then lift on up into that. And then when you feel like the circus is going on and everyone's trying to include you, take your left arm forward and go, no. Reach your right arm up. Your base stays stable as you twist your spine. Twist tummy, ribs, chesticles, shoulders. Reach the right arm back. And then maybe you can flex the wrist. Don't beat yourself up if you can't. Back knee could come down. Awesome, everyone. Twist, twist, twist. Breathe into your center. Dig into the Shiva in you. All right, and then swing the right arm back, reach it on up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step back, downward dog. Doesn't it feel, feeling this is like coming home. Maybe we engage into our muscles and our foundation. It's like the bricks and mortar of our house. And as we come inside to where our doggies are, our familiar is, it feels good. You can stay in child's pose or follow me into a vinyasa. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 3 gorgeous deep breaths. Indulge in them. Allow each breath to kind of draw you in deeper. There is no hurry. As I say, we try softly. I hope your hands are spread. You're clawing them out with that index finger. And then gently come down to your knees. Take a seat again, like a lovely, after all that sort of dancing around. Okay, they noticed, they turned around and they saw Shiva still standing there like a pillar. So one of them says, check out that pillar. I'm going to go and see how tall it is. And one of the other ones said, I'm going to see how far underground that pillar goes. All right. So one of them turned into a goose, but for today, it's going to be a pigeon. All right. So I'm going to give you options. Let me just watch me quickly. You are either going to come into pigeon like so, with the knee sweep forward and wide, and this will be enough. Bus stop 1. In fact, if you have got very sore knees, bus stop 1 could also be here, down in your bum. All right, so this is kind of bus stop 2. Bus stop 3 would be to take this into downward dog, where you're going to need your own strength rather than relying on gravity to keep that hip open, your pigeon hip open. Bus stop 4 would be walk your hands back, sit your way down and come into a figure 4. All right, so let's see how you get along, shall we? All right, wave at me if anybody's got a bad knee that wants to do the first option. You all okay? Good stuff. All right, so let's all come to downward dog. Now it's important that as you flare your toes and you spread your fingers, that doesn't change as we do this. So pick up your right leg, keep the foot active as you swing the knee to the back of the wrist, and your foot is active. Don't let it turn into a banana, because you want to protect the knee. Work the left foot back and behind its own hip, and come onto your fingertips. This is bus stop 1. The lovely thing about Zoom is you can do your thing, not worry about anybody else. If you want to come with me, spread your hands like crazy, claw the mat, index knuckles, and sweep the right leg back to figure 4. So now it's really going to take your own muscular strength to keep the hip opening. And then we add some balance. If you want to come with me, walk your hands back, take it slow, come on up. Whichever one you're in, there will be some movement and some efforting, but not over efforting, perhaps into a balanced figure 4. If you're there, bring your hands to your heart. And then see if you can reverse the process. Everyone, whichever one you're in now, unravel to down dog. Inhale to a high plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale. A smiley, unforced cobra. Feel the center of you come into a back bend now. And downward facing dog. Again, do your dog with bent knees so it becomes more about that central spine energy. And we'll do the other side. So left leg lifts. And now it's the left leg that comes up. Spread your toes. That's it. Well done. Active foot. You know, on some days, this hip opening can come from allowing gravity to do the work, a lot of the work for you. As long as the foot's active and there's no knee pain. Everyone good? Give me a thumbs up. Good. Then if you're moving on, you want this base. So spread the fingers, especially this index knuckle. Tuck your back toes. That's your foundation. This is your foundation. And then sweep that leg into figure 4. You need to, I don't think I mentioned actually, you need to bend the right leg a lot, the base leg, to create a little shelf for it. Isn't that amazing? Now I do find it harder this side. I'm sure you will have one favorite side. Walk your hands back if you want to join me. Take your time. You could stay here, you know, sort of tickling the mat, or coming up into a figure 4. Do your thing, get off the bus. 3, 2, 1. So that pigeon, bring your hands down, walk your way back, or that goose. He flew all the way up to the top of the pillar. Now, it's warm here in the UK today, so if you want to take a child's pose, I wouldn't blame you. Otherwise, come with me on a vinyasa. You flew all the way to the top, so take your spine long down the mat. All the way up, 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 lower it down. And he tried to peak for the top. Exhale, lower, but couldn't find it. And came back to report, there simply is no ending, no top to this pillar. Deep breath in. Long breath out, and then everyone come down to child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch. Down you come. Inhale now, take a deep breath. Exhale, soften. So meanwhile, there's another god who's turned himself into a boar. I believe that was Vishnu. And decided to see how deep down into the earth Shiva's pillar went. Come into all fours. Okay, and then reach your right arm out to the side. And again, I'm going to unbalance you slightly. Weave the right arm through, and dig it through. Bring your shoulder all the way down, like you're digging down into the earth. Relax your temple. You can take the knees a bit wider if you want to. Make sure your bottom's up in the air and you're not like this. You're not sat on your heels. Okay, so come forward. That's it. You've got it. Option with your left hand is to either leave it, it is, or stretch it forward on its fingertips, or maybe bring it into a more of a twist. Don't compromise the head of the forearm, though, so don't let it dump forward. You bring that hand around the low back. So the boar dug down to see if he could find where it started. Dig, dig, dig. One more breath. And then as you unravel, everyone bring your left hand right in front of your nose on the mat and press in and come back to all fours. All righty. Other side, with your left arm up, weave it underneath. Settle your shoulder in, feel like you're digging, digging, digging. Options with the right hand to stretch it forward. Well, actually, the first option is to leave it where it was. Or maybe around your back. Keep drawing the head of the arm bone back, though. Don't let it come up towards your shoulder. Soften. Dig, 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 dig. And he came back with the report. Inhale, reach your right arm up from wherever it is and bring it in front of your nose. And then weave back onto all fours. He came back with the report. There was no base to it. It was kind of infinite. Spread your fingers. And from that, they all looked at each other and went, oh, actually, Shiva is probably the main dude, the most important one, not us. What, aren't we a load of rubbish? So tuck your toes and lift your booty up and back. Now this pose, downward dog, sometimes gets called mountain pose in some forms of yoga. It's like you are shaped like a mountain. Your bottom is the apex. And Shiva is regarded to be this steady, solid mountain. From your heart, push down your arm bones. Can you see if you can lift your booty a little bit higher and really enjoy that stretch? So Shiva is this energy is the kind of supreme, most important force. That's the moral of the story. Come down to your knees, yogis. Feel good. Reach around for a strap. All right. Now then, this one you might need a yoga block if you're going to lie down on your back. Okay. And as you lie down on your back, if you are this person that it ends up sort of kind of like this, crunched up neck, okay, you need to take a block and put it underneath. I don't want you to be strained in your neck and taut. This has got to feel easeful. So you could give yourself a block pillow. All right. Bend your legs. Now, if you don't need the block pillow, then don't use it. But I see a lot of people do that. Bend both of your legs so you feel easeful. Knock the knees together. And you could take your yoga strap, just rest it on your tummy for a moment. Just take a little pause. And we're going to again do another pose now, which will knock you off balance. And I want you to notice when you come off balance. And you've got to catch yourself and bring yourself back. This is the skill of being a yogi. All right, so stretch your left leg up to the ceiling. That's your foundation. This foot is all part of this first principle. Hook the strap at its midpoint right over the arch of the foot. Okay, and then put the strap in your left hand. So see how my left arm is straight? Pull on the strap and get your leg as straight as you can and your arm. So in other words, don't do this. Don't have the arm bent like this because this will destabilize you. So pull on the strap. Draw your waistline back. Feel steady. And then if you can, start to extend your right leg long down the mat and reach your right arm off to the side. The most important part of this pose is the grounded feeling you get in your right leg and the back of your right arm. That's your anchor. That's your mast in the storm. Okay, and then as you start to bring this left leg, bring it 10 degrees. Go super slowly. And actually what you could do is purposefully take yourself too far and notice the back of your right leg and your hip will going to pop up. See me? I start to twist. So I catch myself. I notice that's happening and I come back and recenter and reroute. That's the skill of a yogi. All right. So ground, you do that. Work into your leg. You can try purposefully playing with it, knocking yourself off center. And there will come a point where you go too far and you come back and just take it steady and slow. I want you to be somewhere where it's kind of sweet and easy. You're working, but it's not effortful and contractive. It's very expansive. It's soothing in a way. But stay here for another 3 breaths. Keep flaring those left toes. 2 breaths. 1 more. And then slowly, slowly, yogis, bring that leg all the way up. As you take the strap away, bend the knee and draw it right up towards your left armpit. You can rebend the right leg a little bit. And then gently place that left foot down on the mat. Once again, let the knees knock, feet go as wide. Take a little repose, a regathering. And this first principle happens not only just at the beginning of the class, but the beginning of every pose, the beginning of every breath. We open to this Shiva-like energy. Okay, other side, stretch your right leg up. Strap goes into the arch. And take your right arm Nice and strong. Okay, and whilst we are looking at muscular energy and organic energy, it's all part of the play. The primary part is your foundation. So extend the left leg as long as you are able. Okay, extend the left arm. That's what I'm interested in today. I don't really give two hoots about how far you can take your leg over to the side. Feel this balance here and then see if you can maintain it as the right leg goes over and over and over as far as you can. I got to move because of the wall. And as soon as you feel your left bottom cheek and the back of your left hamstring coming up, regroup. It's really interesting to notice these things on the mat. So off the mat, you notice what situations, what people, what times of day, even what food unsettles you. And then you can make a wise decision about what to do about it. You need to notice. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more breath. And then again, gently, nice and slowly, yogis, bring that leg back up to center. Take the strap away. I'm going to recenter myself. And then hug that right knee right up to your right armpit. You can bend your left leg again, squeeze it in. Well done. And then squeeze your left leg in as well. Feel the whole of your spine on the mat. Just rock over to the right a little bit. And to the left a little bit. Do that. Rock and roll. There's the roller coaster of life. And then we get these glimpses in the middle. Sushumna. Shiva. Pick up your feet high and let's take a happy baby here. Doing your best you can to keep the tailbone down on the mat. And again, note if your neck is feeling cranky. You'll look okay though. You can put something underneath it. Just some nice symmetrical centered poses to finish. All right, slowly, slowly, yogis, bring your feet firmly to the floor. Now, I know you can't see them. You haven't got the gift of being able to align them with your vision. But the more you do this, you'll be able to feel into your foundation of your feet, the inner hip distance and parallel. Bend your elbows, push the elbows in. And then gently take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push into the inner edges of your feet, back of your elbows, back of your skull, and lift yourself into a bridge. We try and bridge between what we pick up on the yoga mat and our everyday. That's the true yoga, isn't it? Exhale, lower. Do that one more time. So press on the inner edges of your feet, back of your elbows, root through the back of your palate. Inhale. Find your steady center. Beautiful. And then exhale, lower that down. Extend your arms and legs, okay, and find yourself on the mat. I want you to make sure you're now fully on the mat. Don't get too excited. We've got one more thing to do, but I just want you to be in a position where you are, so wiggle up or down your mat so you're fully on it, right? Because the next pose will be to lie down upon it. Press into your hands, come up to a seat. Take a comfy seat. So for some of us, that's here. For some of us, it's seated, cross-legged. Bring your hands to your knees. Big breath into your side body. Take the shoulders back and then turn these palms up now and let them rest on your thighs. Take your skull back and soften in. Deep breath in through both nostrils. Long breath out. And imagine this breath that you're bringing in and out through your nose. Imagine you could breathe it up and down the length of your spine. That's all I want you to think about. In and out. Not forced, but with some effort. Imagine you're breathing up and down like a fluorescent light bulb, up and down your spine. And it is this energy of Shiva deep within you. This is the energy that kind of calls you to stillness and calm. It's said that if Shakti didn't exist, if life didn't exist, Shiva would choose to just sit like this and do nothing and just meditate. So be still. Relax around your eyes and jaw, shoulders. Keep sitting back into your bum. And just enjoy being still. And self-assured of your breath. Supported by your inner pillar, your inner mast. We'll just sit for about 1 minute. And then ever so slowly slide your hands, come onto your tips of your fingers and walk them back. Lean into the fingers. And one more time, breathe from hip to armpit into your side body. And lay that fullness of you down on the mat. Separate your arms a little bit. So again, you kind of got space to breathe. Tuck the shoulder blades in. Extend your legs, palms are up. Shavasana. Your inner pillar. It is nishprapanchaya, never not present. Deep within you, amongst the storm, or amongst the circus of monkeys, or amongst the chaos of our beautiful lives. We touch into it regularly, we can find it more easily. It's easier to clear the path to. Try and hold on to this beautiful, steady feeling as you wiggle your fingers, toes. Draw your knees in. Roll to whatever side is good for you and your camera. Pause. You are your own pillar of strength. So press into your hand. Come up, and again, whatever's going on for you in your life and fluxes and flows, know that you are your own pillar of strength. You have this inner calm, steady, Shiva attitude. Bring your hands to your heart center. May you find it often. Take a deep breath in. Om. Stay steady, stay grounded. Namaste.